No second chances, no support, and nowhere to go but the finish line. Day and night, non-stop, racing the clock as much as they race themselves. Across 4 continents and countless challenges. The ultimate prize is simply surviving. The journey, the tears, and the triumphs. Welcome to Wild Races. New Zealand reveals her final chapter, unveiling some of the most awe-inspiring and dramatic race legs to date. To tread its land, to ply its waters, New Zealand asks of you, of the races, enjoy my bounty and be vigilant. What lies ahead may seem achievable, though please do not be fooled, as there are still some surprises hidden in along her shores. Kiwi Team Seagate now drive to the lead with the downfall of their closest competition. Our remaining teams hold on to their positions and stay in contention, but for how long? Our first leg takes our teams along a monumental 129-kilometre mountain bike journey, across wide exposed valleys, fast and furious downhills, plus extremely exposed coastal vistas. This path is seldom ever taken and will prove more challenging than ever expected.
We've probably been racing for about 55 hours now.
It is definitely a roller coaster of kind of emotions and experiences. You do have some pretty amazing highs during the race, and then there's certainly times when you're being challenged to the point where it's not really that much fun and you're having to dig pretty deep. Yeah, it's a very intense experience, but at the same time it's one that's really special as well. Like, it certainly makes you feel pretty alive when you're out there and sort of pushing yourself to that level and through those extremities and through that environment that, you know, tests you in lots and lots of ways.
We're in good shape, yep. I mean, you're starting to get, you have your moments, get a bit tired or a few sore bits, but nothing to complain about.
Team Seagate keep pushing the envelope up front. Meanwhile, hard in chase, Blackhard takes stock from a challenging night and push even harder to close down the gaps ahead. Further back, our teams now face the real possibility of missing the crucial time cutoff that will prevent them from completing this course.
When we look at the field, it's thinking, right, can this team beat us and how are they going to do it? Or can we beat this team and how are we going to do it? And going into the God Zone race, I sort of felt, looking at the field, that while there was some fantastic athletes amongst some of the teams and some really strong combinations in the teams, I didn't really feel that any of the other teams really had all the ingredients to beat us if we had a good race.
Weaknesses exposed, some teams succumb, whilst others find new strength from within.
I had my worst moment of the race climbing up the last climb, but look, it only lasted maybe 30 minutes that I was really struggling, and when we reached the ridge and started to come back down, I was already feeling a bit better.
Inspired by the chase to the finish, Blackheart dig deep and draw from the experiences past to push to their absolute limits. Days in this brutal wilderness certainly take their toll, but there is more to the human spirit than meets the eye, and extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures. New Zealand's brutal lands are about to give way to more forgiving terrain. Or are they? Paddling over a marathon of water through one of the most spectacular vistas on the planet gives our teams time to reflect, though in doing so also creates the drive to get to the finish.
definitely an awesome buzz. Bottom line now is we just want to get things finished, so we just want to get there and finish the job off, make sure it's a good one.
We're quite lucky with this tailwind. Hopefully it keeps up so we can get back to Queenstown as soon as we can.
We haven't slept for about 30 hours, so I just hope I stay awake, but there's two of us in a kayak, so if I fall asleep, at least the other guy will paddle. It's just like, how do you keep yourself going for 5 days knowing what's ahead of you and what you've done? We've had like 8 hours sleep in 60 hours or something. Yeah, just trying to make that challenge.
They say adventure racing, it's like life compressed. You know, you've got all these things in life compressed into such a short space of time, and they say the highs are higher and the lows are lower, and you know, when you're fatigued, they do seem pretty bad, and you do have the bad times and the good times. When things are going wrong, you just sort of got to keep pushing through it. You think that they won't be that bad forever. You know, you get some sleep or some food or whatever, everything's sort of going to turn out all right.
Some say this journey is a metaphor for life, whilst others heed its lessons. With the end in sight and darkness drawing near, it's time for one last push.
I absolutely love the challenge, absolutely love being out in the outdoors. As a team, we all sort of have that same approach to racing, I think, as well, that we just want to see how hard we can go and how fast we can go.
A super impressive performance from Nathan and the Seagate boys and girls. Yeah, it was a really, really tough course out there and pretty tough conditions. It's been super cold all week, and you know, their dominance this week really highlights what a great team they are. They were by far the best team out there.
This epic journey is drawing to a conclusion, though this land of rugged beauty has made the decision to welcome our teams home in a way only she can deliver.
It's probably not the easiest way to get from Milford to Queenstown, but we enjoyed the challenge of it and the journey that we had getting here.
It's a love-hate. I'm definitely going to keep racing and striving for us to have that perfect race.
With breaking dawn, some lead and others followed. This was now their time to shine, the initiation complete, the finish line in sight.
An incredible experience to go out there and spend a whole week with 3 of my best friends and go and traverse across countryside that is basically our own backyard and that 99% of the population will never ever see.
There were times there where mentally I thought we're not going to finish this race, and we were in some serious trouble, but to overcome that is a very satisfying feeling, and for me that's overcoming those moments where as a team we were all down and as a team we all got back up. I think we've got what it takes to be one of the best teams in the world, and when we look at our team dynamics, obviously we're a long way from that now, but I think the platform is there for a great team. And we all love it and we all get on really well, and to me that's what it's about. The physical side and the experience side will come with more racing.
We did it, we made it.
I'm sure in a few years' time if we're still sitting here doing this racing, then we'll be up there where Seagate are now.
There's 365 days in a year, so if I can't get out and kind of push myself and endure a bit of hardship for what is just a few days of a year,
then I just don't think that's the kind of person I want to be. I just want to get out there and feel alive and just push myself to a point where I can really appreciate the really good things in life and the comforts that we're so lucky to have.
Team Seagate taking the spoils, with those left to rue in their wake. Having learned so much but fallen short, this time others falling victim to a brutal lesson that New Zealand had to teach. Teams arrived in New Zealand anticipating an adventure. Some realised their limits whilst others are inspired. All were rewarded a lifetime inside a journey of stone and water. This is Wild Races, carved of adventure. Many will return again.